I'm David Edgley with BC Log Stair and Rail, and today we're going to have a go at building a funky coffee table. So here's some scrap pieces from around the yard that we've had sitting around for a while. So I'm going to use this just to give you the heads up on how big this piece of wood is that I'm going to use for a coffee table. It's roughly about 26 at this end, it's about 18 at this end, and it's about 4 foot long. This piece of wood is about 7 inches thick. This is a little overkill for what we want, so I'm going to probably bring it down to about 3 or 4 inches. I've cleaned up the ends so I can actually see what's going on here. As I said before, I only want about a 4-inch slab, 3 to 4 inch slab. I'm going to go with a 4-inch slab here, which will be right here. And another reason I'm doing this is to get rid of this heartwood here. If I leave the pith in, it will probably crack along that line, so that needs to come out here. So it's worth mentioning at this point about moisture content. This piece of wood has been air dried for about 3 or 4 years, and it's been undercover, so it's about 12% moisture content. When it moves into your house, it'll probably come down to somewhere around 6-7%, maybe less. Which will involve it shrinking probably over the length of this about 1/2 inch, because it's cedar, and if it was fir it would be about 1 inch. The bottom of this is flat, so I know I'm working off a flat surface, so I'm going to measure up 4 inches on both sides. And then I'm going to take my level and draw a line across. So I'm just going to do the same at the other end. Draw a line at 4 inches from the flat on the bottom, like so. So a more accurate technique for putting lines on the side of curved logs is to take 2 pieces of wood that are flat and square, put a couple of nails through them, and then nail them onto the end lines. Okay, so what I've done is I've put these pieces of wood on level with the level line. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ink line, I'm going to stick it in, and stretch it out across to this side. Then I'm going to take my other ink line, put it in a few inches out, and stretch it off across again, like that. And now what I'm going to be able to do is look between the 2 lines, and when the 2 lines come together, I can put a mark in. So here I have my 2 lines. And as I bring my eye down, you'll see that the 2 lines come together, and I'm able to make my mark on the wood level with the 2 ends. So this technique can be used on the convex or the concave side of the log, and it's more accurate than freehanding. So now I just take my flexible ruler and just join up all the dots. So we're going to use 2 techniques to flatten this out. We still have our line along here. I haven't cut that off. And the first one will be brushing, which I use a motion like this. And the second one will be planing, which is using the back edge of the chainsaw. So the brushing and planing is another one of those bush techniques. You can use it in the bush. You don't need a power planer or a grinder. However, if you have a power planer or a grinder handy, you could use that. It's been planed with the chainsaw and it's nice and flat now. So we've got this nice and flat now, so the next thing, as I've got a power plane here, I'm just going to give it a quick planing to get it really flat, and at the end of the day I'll sand it off.